Well, howdy there, folks. This is your host, ID Jester. We are playing some more Marvel Heroes, and we've done it once again. If you watched our last few episodes here, we finished up all of our heroes up to level 60, including Squirrel Girl, which I wasn't going to do. And we picked up a new hero, Nightcrawler. And we've got Nightcrawler up to level 60. Well, level 59, almost level 60 here. And we'll go ahead and look at some items here first. Show you some gameplay, talk about what he can do, kind of an overview. As you can see, we have got buku items for this guy, and not only that, but we got some really good items actually. If we look at them, I actually have probably another 10 or so uniques that I've gotten rid of just because, as you can see, it's taken up so much of my stash. Anyways, we got the Great White Shark, unique for Nightcrawler there. The only one we ever found, all of them in fact, just gives us +1 ranks to all of our powers. So it just came down to getting better stats elsewhere. Look at our Fairy Tale Swashbuckler boots there. You can see down at the bottom there, 5 ranks to all of our rapid teleport powers. You can see we've got 2 ranks, 3 ranks, 5 ranks, and 3 ranks. So obviously the 5 ranks, and of course the better items, or the better stats besides that. We got the black gloves of the priesthood. Again, I think this is just 2 actually of the gloves that we found. We probably have maybe 10 or so capes, but this has been the best one, and actually it's been the most recent one we got. 6 ranks to all of our cunning acrobat powers, 7 ranks to escape artists, and 7 ranks to incredible acrobats. So 677, which is really good. Compare that to some of the other ones. We have 453, a 446, and a 545. All 3 of those really nice, but this one even outranks that one, giving us 6 ranks in all of our cunning acrobat powers. And of course, a nice 3,830 health regen per minute. And then Excalibur Saber, another really good item that gives us 5 ranks to all of our Nightcrawler expert swordsmen. So you can see with all of our unique items here, we're just getting plenty of extra ranks in all of our stats there. Really happy with the outcome of all of his uniques. As far as insignia there, we got something for when you and your allies dodge, you have a 10% chance to gain 387 melee damage rating for 3 seconds, some extra health, and 206 damage rating with melee powers. As far as our core goes, not too bad. 25% special item find, some nice health regeneration per minute, and gain 250 health whenever we hit an enemy. We've definitely needed that in the beginning. Nightcrawler was very squishy, didn't have much health regen, didn't have any very good items. So we're really concentrating on getting some nice health regen for him, getting him some extra health when he hits enemies, stuff like that to help. And it's definitely helped in the last 20 levels or so. Up until then, he was very squishy. You can see he's got 18,650 health. Quite a bit. And I think that is because of some of his really good items we've been picking up. We also found another one of these Midtown Guardian Signet unique rings. It gives us a rank in all of our movement powers and all of our melee powers, which of course is really good for Nightcrawler when we look at his powers. We use the Relic of Asgard, which is giving us some health and some damage rating with our melee powers. We only have 22 of them. That's a lot, but it's what we ended up having left over. We got quite a few characters actually using this relic, so we've been spreading them out. As far as artifacts go, we got one there giving us some extra health. This one here giving us a lot of extra spirit. We've been using a medallion. We just switched it out not too long ago for this one here because of the movement speed and the physical attack bonus. Also a little bit of artifact there when we below 30% health, and some more health, some dodge, and a chance to generate some health. So really health is not that big an issue. It's more our spirit that is an issue. We run out of spirit way too quickly. And as we look at our powers, we'll show you why. We do have the Bone Breaker U-Forge there, level 50, which is giving us 200 damage rating on physical attacks, some extra strength, 2% chance when we hit with the melee power to cause broken bones, slowing the movement and attack speed by 20%, an extra 200 damage rating with melee powers, and 2% attack speed. So with all these attack bonus speed and everything, you know what I focused in on our synergy. If you look at our synergy here, we had actually did the same thing we've done a few times now. We worked up the chain here to get the extra attack and move speed, extra 7%, and of course got a little bit of freebies along the way that gives us different things, extra XP, extra health regen, melee attacks deal an energy, extra 59 energy, etc., etc. Would like to get this eventually. 1% spirit cost reduction for melee powers. And as far as synergy goes, since we have everybody up to level 60 that we currently own, there are a few that we don't own. You can see them down here: Deadpool, Doctor Strange, Magneto, Moon Knight, Rogue, and of course Luke Cage we don't currently own, but he's one of the basic characters. So he's showing up as a character, but we don't currently own him. Anyways, here's his bonuses that we're kind of applying: some bonus XP, some damages, etc., etc. So here is his wonderful powers here. He's all about teleportation. I really thought I was going to really like this guy, and I do like him. He's probably not my favorite, which is surprising, but he is very good at what he does. I've been focusing in on the expert swordsman powers here. Quite a few we use here: the saber swipe, we use the swashbuckler slash, we use the passive master swordsman, we use the advanced guard stance. He does have a couple different stances. You can only activate one of them. One will give you some spirit and some dodge and some critical hit. This one here will give you some damage rating, defense, and movement speed. So we're trying to really focus in on movement speed and attack speed as best we can. We also use quite a few of the rapid teleporter powers. We use obviously the teleport. We use the brimstone beatdown, which is a really good power, and of course the signature power, which is righteous frenzy. And actually we do use quite a few of the cunning acrobats. One of them is a big passive here, incredible acrobats. You can see we only have 10 points into it. We have 26 stats because of all of our bonuses, and you can see it gives us some extra more movement speed, some dodge rating. And of course the obscuring brimstone power we use occasionally when we can. And that's pretty much all we use for these two powers here in the cunning acrobat. So let's take a look at his powers here. So the first thing is he's teleporting. So you can teleport through objects and go, teleport to the other side of the car there, which is really helpful to get around the battlefield. I can actually teleport inside this building here and do some damage. So our basic attack is just to swing the sword, just slash at somebody that's standing in front of us. So teleporting is obviously a really good way to get around the map really quickly. Our next thing is a saber swipe, which kind of does a little swipe all the way around us. You can kind of see how I do it here and see if you guys can see that power. It does take quite a bit of spirit actually, so we have to be careful not to do it too much. And you can see it does pretty good damage. It does 27 to 40,000 damage, which is not bad at all, obviously. And then probably I'm going to save this power to show you until I can kill everybody else and you can hear me. The next thing is his Brimstone Beatdown, which is probably his best, one of his best powers. Basically what you do is you hold the key down and he just teleports around an enemy and just keeps attacking him. We'll go ahead and show you what I'm talking about here. I just hold the key down and you saw him just flash back and forth and he swings and it does some really good damage. 14 to 22,000 and does an extra 40% against bosses and elites. So what I like to do is have a nice big spirit amount and then just well, I can't do it unless I have an enemy here. Let's see, we'll do it around this guy here. And just teleport all around him. And he can't target me because I'm teleporting so fast. And basically, hopefully, you know, after about 4 or 5 seconds, it just kills him right off. Our signature power is really interesting as well. You can see it does quite a bit of damage, 109,000 to 164,000. It also gives us an extra damage rating of 1,474 to melee powers for 3 seconds. An attack speed of 20% for 3 seconds. And it can be activated up to 5 times within 15 seconds. So what you want to do is teleport to a location, do some really good damage, take advantage of that damage rating and attack speed for a few seconds, and then teleport to a new location and do this over and over again and do it 5 times within 15 seconds. Because you can see it has a pretty good cooldown, 40 seconds. It's about average, a little bit long, but it's not too bad. We also have another melee sword power there with his death blow. You can see it basically delivers a decisive blow in that arc right there in front of him. It does 26 to 39,000, plus it does an extra 1% damage per 1% of target's missing health. So once we wound him from all of our other attacks, we use our death blow to do a really good extra attack. And then last but not least, not to be outdone, is the Infernal Brimstone power, which creates a lingering cloud of heated brimstone, and it does really good damage over time. So I will activate it here. You can see it has a little aura there, and anybody inside that aura is going to be damaged. So what we'll do is we'll teleport to a location, we'll use our swords, we'll teleport to another location, use our sword powers, teleport to another location, use our sword powers, teleport to another location, use our sword powers, and that'll be it. So then we'll finish him up, find one that we need to death blow, which we'll do there. And death blow actually has like a 3-second cooldown, so it'll take a few seconds for it to activate. But we can do a pretty good job. Obviously, we like to keep our area effect power going as much as we can, and that way anybody that comes over to attack us, come on, having a little bit of lag here for some reason. What's going on? These guys should be moving or doing something. Come on, come on, come on. Not sure what the heck the problem is there. Come on. Catch up. Huh. Interesting. I probably should have started over before I recorded this. Yep, there we go.
Right.
For some reason, big lag there. Might be what's going on here in my computer here, but I'm sure it doesn't have anything to do with the actual game. But that's what happens when I upload a lot of videos and then I don't restart my computer. It takes all the memory away from the game, and so anyways, really good teleporty guy. Gets around the map really good. He's kind of he was really kind of squishy in the beginning, and that was kind of his downfall, but since I've given him all that extra health, quite a bit actually, he's really, if you watch the health really hasn't been that big an issue. It's more the spirit, because we use quite a lot of powers. We did put some points into our this one here, Arcane Attunement, to give him some extra spirit as well. So he's got 471, but you know, a lot of his powers use quite a bit of spirit as well. So See, I'm just using my basic attack here, letting our righteous fury there. We'll go ahead and come on. There you go. Get him. There you go. All right, let's go get some bosses here. His ultimate power is really cool. Basically, you teleport 50 times really fast. And during that time, you're going to do 50 attacks against 10 enemies. So we'll go ahead and activate it once we get close to the bosses here. Alright, here we go. And you'll just see us kind of puffing smoke and disappearing here. Oh, I hit the wrong button. That's where, here we go. Now we're going. Boom, 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 boom. Back, back, back. Boom, over here, this way, this. Boom, boom, boom. He's over here. I'm over here. Nope. Here. Just kind of flopping all over the place. Now I'm over here. You see? Oh, there. Now I'm back. So it does quite a bit of damage, and you can see that was the magic one, because now we're up to level 60. That's awesome. I like to keep our little aura out there, like I mentioned, and use up our signature power, and then just stab them with our good death blow when we get a chance. So he does have quite a few different kinds of teleport powers, actually. If we go back to his powers here, he's got some really interesting ones, which makes him kind of interesting as you level him up. He's got one actually here, I believe it's this one here. Or maybe, is it this one over? Well, he can also turn stealth, which is really interesting, which works kind of well in this cunning acrobat group, but I didn't put a lot of points into that. Oh, there you go. You got the flash and grab, which you teleport to a target location, strike any enemy there, and simultaneously teleport back to your original location with them in tow. So you basically teleport to a spot, grab an enemy, teleport back to where you were at, and do some damage to them, which is kind of interesting. So I was putting, you can see I actually was putting some points into a couple of these powers because they were really interesting, and as we were leveling up, really made him play differently, and we're trying different things to figure out what we wanted to do with him. And so that was kind of interesting. He also has his stealth power where he can go stealthy. And then once he goes stealthy, you can see that he's got another power right here. Yes, the bomb. Where you're going to teleport, you're going to do some damage there, and you can see it does the extra damage if you're using stealth. So I decided not to go kind of as much down this tree and use more of the expert swordsman abilities. But, you know, you can build your character a different way and try different things. Like I mentioned, he does have some different powers that kind of let him do different things as you kind of progress through. You can see here, you got the blink strike. You're going to teleport between nearby enemies, striking them as you pass. So basically you activate it and you're going to just blink, attack somebody, blink, attack somebody. You're going to do that 6 times, which is really kind of a fun power to do as well. And then as you progress up, you get different powers that you can either change to, or you can keep your original powers. He's got quite a few really interesting, but most of them have something to do with, obviously, teleporting. He is, if you've ever watched X2 the movie, where Nightcrawler goes to assassinate the president, and he's fighting all the Secret Service men and teleporting around. That's basically what you're getting in this character. You're going to be able to teleport around. You're going to be able to do all kinds of interesting things. I find that these powers are probably the best for me. Having an aura effect on the ground, so anybody that comes around is going to be taking 9,000 damage twice per second, so 18,000 damage. And also enemies in there are going to take 10% extra damage, and it lasts for 5 seconds. So 18 times 5, whatever that ends up being, 96,000 damage if they start in that arrow. We got some bonuses right here. So let's take a look at, throw out our brimstone. Okay, then we're going to use our teleport. We're going to use our extra attack. And then we're going to get out of there. And then we're going to teleport again. And you can tell the teleports are a little bit, there we go. You kind of, when you go to that location, it definitely has a different graphic effect with it, so you can tell that, yep, got her, good. And looks like we just have Juggernaut left to play with now. We'll give him a nice death blow here. Do some extra damage since he's missing quite a bit of his health. Yeah. So definitely can definitely work out different powers, and you can see he does quite a bit of damage. Damage rating of 2384, but if we look at physical, because he's all physical damage basically, so anything with physical damage, 2464. So you could see probably an extra 10,000 in physical damage. 2464, is that what it ended up with? 2464. Yep. So an extra, about an extra 1,000, a good extra 60 to 70% of what he's actually rated at in his physical attacks. Durability 4, strength 4, fighting 7, speed 6, energy is only 2, and intelligence is 4. Defense-wise, 5,580 to 38, but if we look at our damages here, or our defenses, you can see they're quite a bit higher because of all our bonus items and stuff. Physical defense is 67, energy is 62, and mental of 59. So quite a bit, 500 to 1,000, maybe 1,500 higher than our base defense there. Oh, they're right there. Even better, I can do it this way to show you. I don't think I can do it. Nope, I can't do it with the damage, but I can do it this way. We didn't give this guy any legendary. Just didn't get around to doing it. We do have some Odin marks, 515 to be exact. And you can see we have 862 Eternity Splitters, which we're going to have to be spending because, as I mentioned at the beginning of this episode, we've got every single one of our heroes up to level 60. There are now 6 heroes we don't own: Deadpool, Doctor Strange, Magneto, Moon Knight, Rogue, and what's his face? Luke Cage here. Now, Luke Cage shows up as a on the list because he's considered one of the basic characters, and they changed the how you can play the basic characters now, so you can play all the basic characters up to level 10. So you have access to all the basic characters. So if you haven't got into Marvel Heroes, haven't tried it out yet, there are lots of basic characters. I think there are 8 or 9 of them, and you can play every one of them up to level 10 and try them out and see what you like, see which hero you like before you get too involved into getting a new character or deciding which character you want to purchase, or which hero you might be wanting to spend Eternity Splitters on. Yeah, so obviously our little area thing here, obviously giving us a really nice bonus, and we'll just teleport around, do some extra damage, teleport around, do some extra damage, and boom, they're pretty much gone. That's the effect of the big boy thing. And let's see if we can get over to the bosses really quickly before anybody else, and see if our ultimate's ready yet, and see if we can see it. No, power's not ready yet. Oh well, that's too bad. I would have liked to shown it to you when there's nobody around, but it's kind of hard to see with all these stone creatures out in front anyway. So all in all, he's a really quick, kind of fast little character. Like I mentioned, the first 20 or 30 levels, we really had an issue with health and being really squishy and didn't do a lot of damage. I think obviously having all those really good items that we found has helped him tremendously with all those extra bonus ranks. Just huge amount of extra ranks we're getting with all these items, and it certainly made things a lot easier for him. And like I said, yeah, we're fighting 2 bosses, and you will hardly see my health go down at all, which is always a good thing. Now, the issue for him really is spirit. We need to maybe get an artifact or something that might help him with some spirit. Every time you pick up items or something, you know, gain spirit would be a really good item for him. something special like that. See, we were like spent out of spirit, so I'm just having to use some basic attacks at this point. Looks like we got one of them here. Oh no, we got the Squirrel Dispersed Scholar. As you can see, still do pretty good damage. We fought 2 bosses there. Oh, looks like we took a little bit of damage there at the end. We did lose our team-up hero, but I think this was caused because we didn't have any spirit. We weren't able to damage the enemies as well as we normally could if we had more spirit. So I'm going to throw that on the ground. I don't want it, don't need it.
A nice, quiet lab.
So that's a look at Nightcrawler, and we picked him up not too long ago, just probably about 4 or 5 days ago after we finished all of our other heroes and finished Squirrel Girl. We decided to go ahead and get us a new hero. I don't know what we're going to do with all these extra items. I've been kind of debating. I don't really have any room to store things anymore. So what I've been doing is donating them to different pets, but you can see he doesn't have a pet. So I know some of the other heroes have a pet. I might just see if there's anybody out there that needs some items that has a pet, and donate them to that. You can see I'm even holding on to some of the ones from Squirrel Girl when we were playing her. A couple extra items we had there, but really happy with the way his items turned out, all the bonus ranks. If we look at some of these, it's just incredible how many extra ranks we're getting. Plus 5 here, plus 10 here, you know, plus 15. Look, we got 7 to 15 there. We got 5 to 14. So that's an extra 9 ranks there in that power. We got 19 to 28. That's an extra 9 in there. We got 1, and we're actually up to rank 10, so that's an extra 9 there. So we're getting about an extra 10 ranks in every single one of our different stats. So definitely helps out. We've got some extra points we can now spend, figure out what we want to do. And like I said, maybe probably look at getting rid of maybe one of these artifacts and replacing it with something that it's going to give them a better chance of recovering some spirit. Obviously what we could do is spend some Odin marks and get some blessings on his items that might be able to help him as well. So that's a good look at Nightcrawler. Now the next thing we need to do is just decide what we're going to do about our situation here. We only got a few heroes left to go. I'm thinking about Luke Cage, but I'm probably not going to get him because if we look at the Eternity's vendor, Luke Cage is going to be... Oh, he's actually a 400. I thought he would be a 200 since he's a basic hero. That's interesting, but he's actually a 400. Alright, well, Luke Cage is 400. Moon Knight is a 400. I'm not going to get the old Magneto because he's coming in a pack that you can actually buy all the new heroes that are coming out in 2015. I think there's like 10 heroes that you can pick up in a pack, and so I might wait and do that. And I hate to spend the Eternity Spinners and get Magneto, so I might just wait and buy the whole pack. I'm not sure if it actually has the pack in here that I'm talking about. Probably not. I think you have to actually go to the website to look at that pack. Let's see, though. Let's look and see. Just so the people out there that are interested in knowing more. I think it's called, like... something pack 2 or something. Oh, look at... He's got a new couple of new costumes. Anyways, so probably not going to be spending Eternity Splitters, like I mentioned, on Magneto, because probably buy the big pack so I can get all the heroes that are coming out. We got Moon Knight We have Rogue, which he's a 600, and we also have what's his face, Deadpool, which is a 600. Now we actually have some items for Deadpool. If we look at our thing, we ended up getting a Deadpool special unmasked costume from one of our special events and stuff that we had. Oh, actually, you know what? I have another one that I put aside for her boots that are actually 6 ranks in everything, as opposed to 5 ranks. So 6 ranks in all of her powers. So I wanted to make sure I didn't accidentally sell that one. That's why I put it in our inventory. Anyways, so we do have a Deadpool unmasked special costume. The problem is he costs 600 eternity sweaters. I hate spending 600 because then we'll be down to 262, and that won't be very cool. So what I think, there's only a couple 400s that we need. Luke Cage and Moon Knight and Magneto, but I'm not going to get Magneto, so it's going to be obviously Moon Knight is going to be our next hero, folks. It's going to be our next hero. We're going to wait on Magneto and see if I get the big pack. If I don't get the big pack, then we'll have to obviously get Magneto. Luke Cage, we'll have to eventually get him, but since he's a basic character, he's going to have just basic powers and basic graphic effects and basic everything, so probably won't be as cool to play as someone as special as, say, Moon Knight. So, alright, we're going to do it. Oh my gosh, you guys are spending my Eternity Splitters so fast. There it is. Boom, boom. Moon Knight it is. Let's see. Let's take a look at the costumes we have. We don't really have any G to buy any costumes, but let's just see what's out there for the old Moon Knight. So we got the Marvel Knight costume. Or I'm sorry, Marvel Now costume. That looks pretty cool. And of course the Secret Avengers all black costume. Yep, both of them are really cool. I kind of like this one better than the all black. I'm usually an all black kind of, dark, mysterious kind of guy. That's the way I like them, but I kind of like this setup. But I'm sure that'll be for another day. Let's take a look at them really quickly here. Moon Knight. Let's switch over to Moon Knight really quickly for these people that are going to be watching Moon Knight.
Spree, hero.
Alright, well, let's see what you can do here. It looks like physical basic attack, physical basic ranged attack. We got a signature power here, melee, lash out in a crazy series of ferocious attacks. Can be activated up to 14 times within 7 seconds. Boy, you're going to be pushing that button awful fast. Finishing moves. Looks like he's got some passive powers, a summon power here. Looks like he can summon there the statue of Khonshu. The only reason I know how to say that is because of the Moon Knight pinball game that's in FX Pinball. Avatar of Vengeance, it's a gift. Okay, interesting. This is also a gift. It's got a passive effect and an active effect. Powers cost no spirit. Spirit is reduced to 0 and cannot be regenerated. Okay, interesting. Looks like he's got some pretty interesting things. We're going to have to try him out and see what we can figure out. Crescent Fan. It looks like he's got some ranged attacks and some melee attacks. So that's going to be good. Another passive power here. Ranged attack. His big boy powers is the Nunchuck Bulldoze. Alright, looks like he spins his nunchucks around over his head. Crescent launchers. High speed crescents. I think that's the crescent's the half moon thing that he goes for there. Interesting. Alright, well, we're going to try out Moon Knight next. There we go. We'll have to assign our passive or our synergy powers and figure out everything, but be sure to come back and watch some Moon Knight action with us, folks. So thanks for watching, and we'll see you guys next time here at Marvel Heroes.